Valutrades, forex, CFDs, and commodities.
Hello traders, today we're looking at range trading. So officially speaking, range trading is when the market moves between an overbought and an oversold area and forms support and resistance there, and we want to seek trading opportunities within that range as long as it holds. At one point every range will break, and when we need to change our style and adapt, let me show you exactly what I mean by that. Let's draw a trend line. We have a Euro-US dollar 5-minute here, and let's draw a trend line here um, to indicate the support that we are finding here on Euro-US dollar 5-minute. One little trick on Metatrader is if you keep the control button pressed and you double click on an object like this line here, you can actually duplicate it. See, and then I just drag it away, and I've created a perfectly parallel line to the one before. I look at the higher high here in this area, and that now creates a channel for me. And one could then argue, look, as long as the channel holds, we can assume that we will find support in the lower range of the channel. Let me show you what that means, and we could then expect the market to bounce back. There's no guarantees in markets, never, right? But there could be an expectation that the market now in the second attempt to find support here actually finds support and bounces back into the mid-range, maybe even the higher range of that market. Or we break out, and once that has happened, we would typically then wait for a retest as confirmation. What that means is, look, if a market moves back to test what has previously been support as resistance, then one could you say we will play this more to the downside. So that's how you behave within the channel or range and how you behave outside of a range. Two quick more other examples on how to use Metatrader. So one other way to use Metatrader and the clever tools within it is the deviation. You can draw a deviation channel. I picked it from kind of a menu there, and it just go all the way down. And what you will see is it has now drawn a downward sloping trend line starting with the top of that range. It has then also drawn one standard deviation, basically the middle of a range. And look, it has then perfectly found the lower part of that range. And again, think about how that can be played. From that example I used earlier on Euro-US dollar, I'm thinking for Euro GBP, this is now a really nice channel with a middle line, a lower line, and a higher line, which could form support and resistance. Some people actually also combine that with MACD or with stochastic indicators. I encourage you to have a look at the videos that we used for those on the combination. But I think that's already a very powerful channel and hopefully enables you to create or adjust your trading strategy accordingly. Finally, to finish this video, let's have a look at breakouts in triangles. I personally like that quite a lot. So an example would be, let's say we have I just draw a triangle on here, and you can see that the market on this one daily US oil chart it got up and down within this triangle, and it kind of almost gets squeezed in there. So the theory here is whenever you see a triangle forming is we don't know where it will break out to the upside, to the downside, but if it goes in one direction, it typically goes quite strongly. And knowing that previously we had that uptrend, and this is not a complete reversion, this has actually behaved as you would expected it. It has broken out quite violently to then come back actually to previous levels. So I think another learning here is once we end up in a triangle form of range, once we have a breakout here, please don't just hope for the best in the market to come back, because the markets can move quite strongly against you. Eventually they tend to come back, but yes, you can see here it has been quite an explosive move to the upside. So I hope these 3 examples are tangible and interesting to you. Good luck with your trading. Have a look also at the other videos that we've produced and the blog posts, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Valutrades, forex, CFDs, and commodities.